Hi, everyone. It's your girl, Lana Quest. I guess this is the Quest show. I didn't have a show yesterday, Thursday. Normally Thursday, 7 p.m. Today I was going to rest. I sat in traffic for 2 hours. I was going to come home. I was going to have a glass of wine. I was going to eat. I was just going to relax, maybe get in like a movie. It's a rainy day. And then I turn on MSNBC. That was the mistake, right? That was the mistake. It should have been no news, but I got news. And I'm going to show you what I'm talking about that made me have to come on. Like I just had to come on today because we fucking told you. We told you not to sit this election out. We told you about Project 2025. We told you all of this stuff. We told you how important it was. Even my dog told you. Here he is. We told you. But what did you do? You didn't take it seriously. You voted for this guy. And now what's happening? As you can see in the title, mayors are being arrested. Mayors are being arrested. Let's check it out. I'm sorry. It's like it's been all day and he's like, what are you doing? You're supposed to be playing. Let's check it out. Oh my God, Bear. Sorry.
Don't tell him you can't put a hand. Don't tell him you can't put a hand on there. He cannot. Fuck you. This is a sex show. What? And you better not touch her either. Tell him. It's on camera, Congresswoman. Don't worry.
It's on camera.
It's all on camera. Put your mask down.
Put your hands on it.
Fucking top guys with your masks on.
Okay. Before I get to the next video, that was Bear burping. Before I get to the next video, if you haven't seen it yet, this is the mayor of Newark, Ross Baraka. Okay. So what's going around on Fox News is that he was arrested at a protesting. Arresting a mayor, even if it was at a protest, is wild. He's not an ordinary citizen. He is the mayor. Like he's the mayor. We're arresting mayors right now. That on its face is wild. But let's talk about what really happened today. So I guess ICE is running, and this is going to be a quick video, so let me speed it up. ICE is running a detention center out of Newark, okay? It is believed to be running illegally, right? Whatever detention center, jail, company, whatever it is that is running in a state, in a city, in a municipality, there's legal requirements for it. Like, for example, there needs to be running water, right? For example, there needs to be hot water. Like, there are things that have to happen. So it was suspected that this ICE detention center in Newark had been running illegally. The mayor of Newark, Ross Baraka, has been trying to gain access to check it out. But why not, right? If it's not a problem, the detention center and how it's being run, why can't the mayor go and check it out? So he hadn't gained access. So now family members are complaining because remember, there is no due process being given to anyone at this point, meaning no one is getting their day in court. They're just snatching people off the street, not telling them, canceling visas, canceling applications for asylum, and then throwing them in detention centers. This is different than a criminal, right? And even criminals get due process, a day in court. But now, if we're talking about people who aren't even criminals, right? We're just saying, well, we're canceling your student visa. Okay, send a letter in the mail to say that you're canceling the student visa. And then after that, they have their day in court. And then you tell them why. And then the president can send and deport people if he wants. If he wants to cancel student visas, asylum applications, he gets to do that. What he does not get to do is say, hey, I'm canceling your student visa, or you can't, I know you've been here for 2 years on a 10 years on a work visa. I don't care. We're deporting you. So they're snatching them off the streets and throwing them in these detention centers without a court date, without a phone call. The family members don't know what's happening. They don't have access. They don't know if they're being fed. They don't know if there's running water. They don't know anything. You're just snatching people up. It's the same thing with the Maryland man, Baraka Garcia. You just send him to El Salvador because you say we think he's a gang member, so he's going. Like, what are the charges? You haven't proven that he is a gang member yet. His family is saying that he is not. He is a family man with an autistic child and a wife that just got snatched up and thrown, or not even thrown, because he's on a plane gone to El Salvador. Like, what? And then MAGA is so fucking stupid that they're like, yeah, get them out. It's like, but there's a way, right? Like, again, no one is saying that the president does not have a right to revoke people's visas and all of the stuff, right? But you cannot do it without due process, also known as a court date. But they don't want to take the time to do court dates because they just want the numbers and they just want to get them out. So what the fuck is wrong with you? Someone who hasn't committed a crime, we're just going to throw them in jail? For what? For how long? Because without due process, what are we talking about? 10 years, 5 years, 15 years, forever? The rest of their lives? For what? For a living? For being born brown? What the fuck is happening? So back to Ross Baraka. He couldn't gain access to the ICE detention center in his city that he is the mayor of. So the lawmakers gained access because they get to gain access because they have to answer to their constituents. So if their constituents are complaining about something, they have to go and check it out. So they go and gain access to the detention center. And they asked to speak to the ICE people from Newark, from the state of New Jersey. We want to talk to them to do oversight, because that is what Congress people do, is oversight. So they go there. 3 Congress people, a man, an 80-year-old Congresswoman, and forgive me, I didn't write anything down because I wasn't planning to be here, but obviously I have to be here. An 80-year-old Congresswoman and another Congresswoman. So 3 people. They go, they tell them to wait. They wait 30 minutes, 40 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour and a half, and nothing. No one shows up because they just kind of want them to wait, so they'll leave. So apparently they finally do show up. The New Jersey part of ICE show up. And then there's word that the mayor is outside, right? So once they find out that the mayor of Newark is outside and trying to get in, everyone goes outside, right? So he's trying to get in. Now he's inside of the gates. And they're like, you have to leave. You have to leave. You don't have access here, whatever. So he goes back outside of the gate. One of the ICE agents, now this is per a congressman, because I was listening to MSNBC. I forgot what his name was, but one of the ones that was waiting, he's telling this story. He's like, the mayor goes back outside of the gates. They see an ICE agent with a phone talking to someone. He didn't assume who he was talking to. I am going to assume that it's Alina Habba, right? Because she's running the shot there in New Jersey. She's the interim, whatever the fuck she calls herself, but Trump put her there. Probably speaking to her. Not 100%, but come on. On the phone with someone, they got an order. Once they got the order, 20 ICE agents went outside of the gate to grab Ross Baraka, the mayor. Let you see for yourself, because you got to believe your eyes, right? Because MAGA, they're the ones who don't believe their eyes, right? They listen to their orange daddy. We're going to believe our eyes. Now, did you see where the mayor was? Let's play again.
What are you doing?
Okay, right there. The mayor, he's got the bald head. He's outside of the gate.
Goddamn Gestapo, that's what you are.
Outside of the gate. Outside of the gate.
New Jersey's Gestapo, right here.
See him hide and the rest is good.
Put on brown shirts, you'll look more the part.
Now,
Alcalde de Newark.
they caught him inside there. Outside of the gate. You
El alcalde de Newark. Oh yeah, nice.
Oh, yeah,
stick,
you're
tough
tough.
guy, real fucking tough.
Okay, you safe now, guys? Oh, you're safe now.
The post that Mr. LaFleur.
We're gonna play that again because, again, where are we? Where are we right now? Where are we when we think that this is okay? We fucking told you, though. We told you that this was going to fucking happen when this man gets immunity. You put someone in office that has immunity. You put someone in office that has control of the Supreme Court, of Congress. He has control of everything. He is arresting mayors. He will go on TV later on next week when Kristen Walker asks him about this, and he'll go, I don't know what happened. I don't control that. I have attorneys. They deal with that because he never knows any of the shit. Hi, Michelle. He never knows. I just decided to do something really quick because I can't even believe, but I can believe that this is happening to a mayor in this country. And they already hate blue state mayors, already hate them. But everyone should be concerned about this. This is not Republican, Democrat. This should be everyone across the freaking board should be concerned that the man in office at any given time just can arrest someone. A mayor for trespassing? They barely arrest homeless people for trespassing. They just tell them to get going, move out the way. So you're telling me that you're going outside of the gate to arrest a mayor? No, it was for stunts and shows. We should all be concerned. New Jersey, y'all need to rise up because that is your mayor, Newark. That is your mayor. We're going to watch it again because this is crazy. One of the Congress people was an 80-year-old woman. ICE, they ain't even wearing, they got a mask up because they don't want you to see them. This is a Nazi regime. Don't get this shit twisted. It doesn't care what color you are. If you're not bending to his will, it's a problem. And if MAGA thinks like this is okay, that just random people just get arrested for what? No reason, and then you don't get to court. They just as stupid as they want to be. Ugh, let's go again. Now keep playing it because you just really got to see this. Let's go.
Don't tell him you can't put a hand up on there. They cannot. Fuck you. That's what I said, sir. You cannot. What?
And you better not touch her either.
Tell him.
It's on camera, Congresswoman, don't worry.
All of it is on camera.
It's all on camera.
I don't even know what to say anymore. I don't. He doesn't. He doesn't want Congress people to have oversight. He wants everyone to capitulate, just like those no spine Republicans. He's got Janine Pirro, the other drunkard from Fox News, is going to be running the DC U.S., which is going to be U.S. District Attorney for the District of Columbia for D.C. Like, then you got Alina Habba. Like, he's putting his people in those key places. Even if they're Democratic states, he's able to put his people in key places. People, no experience needed, just Fox News. Like, have there ever been an administration who has taken all of their people from Fox News? Imagine if Barack Obama just went on MSNBC and was just like, you know, Rachel, I'm going to give you a job, Rachel Maddow. You're going to be like the new Secretary of State. You know, whoever else is on there, I don't know, Ollie, whatever, we're going to make you the transportation secretary. Like, what is this? What is this? But this is what y'all voted for. We got this going on. Like, they're doing all of the things, right? All of the things all at once, so nobody can keep up with it because it's so crazy. You can't even fucking breathe because it's one shit after the other shit. And they want us to be complaining and protesting this stuff because in the background, Trump is making all his money from his cryptocurrency. His sons right now are crisscrossing the continent over in the Middle East, opening up golf resorts, luxury hotels. Like, but Hunter Biden was a problem and they couldn't find him doing anything wrong. He just tossed his dad's name around a couple of times. But these two, they're literally doing things that is enriching the whole Trump family, including the president. Why do they get to do this? On top of opening up that club in DC called the Executive Branch, where it costs $500,000 membership. Who's going there, MAGA? Y'all stupid asses aren't going there. They don't want you there anyway. You know who that's for? We know who that's for. It's for the foreign dignitaries. People who want to curry favor will buy that because that's all what this is. It's all a big money laundering scheme. Cryptocurrency, all of that. You buy a membership, you get to get in his ear. Ask him for what you want. Why do we think that Melania Trump has some friggin' documentary on Netflix? Because Bezos owed Trump. And she's getting paid friggin' 4 times the amount of normal people who are interesting are getting. Nobody want to fucking see Melania, but they just did it just to give her money. That's how you curry favor. It's a big money laundering scheme. So on top of him just disappearing people, arresting mayors, and doing all the other nonsense, he's making billions of dollars. And he's got Stephen Miller running around talking about he wants to take something out of the Constitution. I don't know, probably your right to due process, because they don't want anyone to have it. And y'all blacks for Trump who voted for this nonsense, what do you think he's going to do with you? Because now he's trying to send people to Libya. El Salvador got a little heat, so we're going to send them to somewhere else. Libya, a fucking terrorist country who's not even our friend. So we're communicating with someone who's not our friend. So we're going to pay someone who's an adversary money to take prisoners? This is blacks for Trump. What y'all think? If they arrested a mayor for trespassing, where they think where you going for jaywalking? Where the fuck you think you going? Because that's the plan too. You didn't see him laughing with the El Salvadorian president saying, yeah, you need to open up more prisons because, it's an option that we send some Americans, the really bad ones. What he considers the really bad ones. But we voted for this? He's defying judges. Baraka Garcia was supposed to already been facilitated here, but they're not doing that. They will never do that. And what was this man's crime? Can't no one say? Maybe, probably, sort of, blah, 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 blah. And he's now separated from his family for how long? Good news today. I saw that the Tufts University, again, I did not prepare to come on, so I don't know the names. The Tufts University student that was taken from Massachusetts, she was just released because the judge was like, bring her home. Because again, they just picked this woman up. We canceled her student visa. Okay, yes, you get to do that. But she still gets a day in court because why are you even canceling it? Because she co-authored a pro-Palestinian article? So you can't be pro-Palestinian? Why not? Why not, MAGA? Y'all are like all about free speech. Why not? Y'all want to call people the N-word constantly because you say it's free speech. But when someone authors something that's pro-Palestinian, that's a problem. What does that mean? Why is that a problem? And why, if you canceled her student visa, why the hell is she arrested and being detained in another state? Like, what is that? Why is she in jail? What was the crime? Wake up, people. Like, I can't even say enough. Wake up. This is past the constitutional crisis. People don't even understand what that means. So we probably should stop saying it because I don't think that is putting the fear of God in people. Saying constitutional crisis. There's too many words that people don't even understand. Crisis. We are in crisis right now. Because no guardrails. You have a racist, bigot, misogynist, and all of the other things, and a felon that is running this country. You don't have to ask yourself what could go wrong because we see what could go wrong. And the reason that he keeps getting Fox News hosts like Jeanine Pirro is because they've drunk the Kool-Aid. She's not Republican. That's MAGA. This is the difference. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will steal. Everyone that he has in his administration will lie, cheat, and steal. That is why they're there. They are making money while robbing us, while taking our Social Security, while cutting and gutting Medicaid and Medicare, while firing workers, hardworking Americans, Republicans and Democrats. MAGA, y'all probably getting fired too. While they are making money, they are laughing. They're saying Kash Patel, the head of the FBI, doesn't even go into the office. That's why this is a joke. He's running around in the FBI jet to Las Vegas, where he lives, to Tennessee, where his girlfriend is, to UFC matches, to hockey games. He's living the life. All of them are. This guy, it's barely running right now. But they laugh. Your kids don't need $30. Your kids only need, maybe they only have $2. Maybe you have to spend more money on the $2. What? That's like a metaphor, right? That's not literal. I mean, he probably meant it literal because he's an idiot, because who has fucking $30? But he's saying you should go without while he makes billions of dollars with his Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, Bibles, sneakers, whatever the fuck else he's selling. But you don't get anything. Mack truck drivers, aren't those guys? Haven't they been laid off? Mattel is saying that they got to raise the price of their dolls because of the tariffs. MAGA, again, y'all are just really stupid, hard-headed, stubborn. I don't know what the fuck is going on and why you think that tariffs are not taxes. Oh, there's a deal with the UK. The fuck, that wasn't a deal with UK. UK, like, just 3% of business we do with the UK. 3%. Oh, the cost of the cars, they've cut the tariffs down so the cost of their cars would be cheaper. Y'all buying Bentleys and Rolls Royces because that's what comes from the UK. There's no business there. It doesn't matter. That was nothing. He only said that to get the heat off of him, because that's what this administration does. Stunts and shows. Everything is a production. Everything. Ports are empty. If there are empty ports, that means that there are empty goods. There's empty supplies. If there are empty ports, Trump, we just heard Trump say, I wish I was prepared because I would have pulled up this video. He goes, it's a good thing. That means that we're not being ripped off as much. We're saving money when there's empty ports. No, we're not. That means that dock workers don't have jobs. That means that truckers do not have jobs. That means that the shelves are going to be empty. And when we get the goods, the costs are going to be exponential. But this is where we're at. Again, I didn't want to do this whole show. This is wild. Yes, hi, Michelle. Rape is a crime, and look where he is. He needs to go to El Salvador. Absolutely. He's calling everyone else is such a criminal, but he's the biggest criminal of them all. They all are. Anyway, yes, Michelle, Lord help us. Again, I don't know if you think people should be just disappeared off the streets with no contact with their families, then fucking something is wrong with you. Like, seriously, you're just a ghoul and something is wrong with you. But I just wanted to stop and talk about a couple of things. I really did not want to stay here that long, but apparently, I don't know, how long have I been on here? I don't even know. 30 minutes. That's not too bad, is it? I probably could go on because I'm pretty sure that there's a lot of other stuff that has happened, but I don't want to do too much because I am going to do a show on Thursday at 7 p.m. So check me out there, or check me out on Tuesday, the Black and White Show. Michelle, I'm going to give you a call. As a matter of fact, I was going to give you a call when I was sitting in that traffic to talk about what just happened with Ross Baraka. So that is, it's still like, I'm just so upset about this. Like, I can't even understand why anyone would vote for this administration. And if you voted for him, why did you not think that this was going to happen? And all the Latinos and Latinas that voted for him, like, I don't know. He told you that this was going to happen. I mean, and he's a felon and he's a liar. So, he told the truth about this, I guess. So, anyway, everyone, have a good weekend. Try to enjoy it. Have a glass of wine. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go eat. My voice is going because I do need to eat. I do need to hydrate and all that good stuff. So everyone have a good night. I'll see you next week. Bye. Thanks for stopping in. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you. I think this is Falls. Yeah, thank you.